Hello, everybody. We are back. It's Marvelous Discussions coming at you, not live, because we're never live, but we post these later on. We are here for a very special episode this week. In honor of me and Mike were thinking, we were just talking, a few minutes ago. My co-host, Mike Tricella, right here, everybody. Give him a round of applause there. Me and Mike were talking, and we're like, well, it is Women's Month, And I was telling Mike, like, hey, it's Women's Month. Did you know that?
I didn't know until you got here. No.
Yeah. So it's Women's Month is a month of March, Women's History Month. Amelia Earhart, big, and which is kind of ties into Captain Marvel, with all the Air Force stuff going on right now. So it's kind of cool. So anyway, we're gonna do something a little different than our usual news and our little topics this week. This episode, I should say. We're gonna do a top 10 for you guys of our favorite Marvel Cinematic female characters and why we like them and we don't like some of them. I think we're gonna have a hot topic debate about this, and make sure you guys down below comment your top 10 list. We go, by the way, from our least favorite to our favorite. But you have a favorite, let us know, obviously, right, Mike? Yeah. You wanna up here?
Something? So I just want to say we got together to actually edit the other video.
Yes,
we're gonna be posting
we did.
And we were like, you know what? While we're here, why don't we film a top 10?
Yeah.
So this is completely impromptu.
It
took like 5 minutes to write down our list.
It took about 10. I was like so confused, and I still had to change it,
And we don't know what the other person has.
That's correct.
We've hidden our list from even each other. All right,
okay. So where do you want? Do you want me to go first? Do you want to go first? Do you want to do one? I'll do one. Or
why don't we go? I'll give my number 10. You give your 10.
Okay. Yeah. So Mike's gonna get his number 10. So
my number 10 is Aisha, the leader of the Sovereign from Guardians 2.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Okay.
Because she's funny, like that scene with Chris Pratt where they're talking about like learning about sex like the old-fashioned way. That's hilarious. I think one of my favorite songs in that movie is when all the Sovereign are coming down in the ship.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool.
And she's making Adam Warlock.
Yes.
So that's I'm a fan. I think she's funny and
wow. I was not expecting that one. I really don't know what to say. Damn. Okay, wow. Damn, right. That's a good one. I didn't even think about her. Damn. My number 10 here is, she's going to hate this. I'm going to love this. This is how it works. One of my favorite from the comic books, and they brought her into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Ada. From Madam Hydra.
I do hate that.
In season 4 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which we'll get to, my favorite season, as I mentioned. Yeah, I love Ada because she's Madam Hydra, which is one of the most badass characters in the universe, and they brought her in to the framework, and I kind of just love that whole idea, like bringing Madam Hydra finally into. I thought they were gonna bring her into the movies. Honestly, I thought she was gonna take over after Red Skull, but they never did it until Shield. So I'm glad somebody got to do it. Wow. See, she's an LDM, by the way.
The robot.
No, robots are Vision. Vision's a robot, and Ultron will be a robot.
I don't like them
either. Church is more part of the human type of this universe. So so that's why I like Ada, because she's badass and she's just hot. Mallory is just.
I'll give her
really
that.
Hot. Yeah,
she's a hot
Did you see her in the suit? It looks not just iconic, but seeing her in the suit with the full armor on and the green hair really kind of brought back some memories when I read the comic books earlier on.
The suit did actually look pretty boss. I'm not gonna lie, I did.
Oh, Fitz had a thing for her in the frame, so that was a lot of fun too. Yeah,
I loved when she came back and she has human emotions now. And she's like, so now we can be together, right? And he's like, oh, we're actually out of the framework. I still love Simmons, and she flips out.
She goes
on a murder rampage.
She goes nuts. So that's my 10 there. What's your next one here, bud? Yeah.
Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh. I don't have her on my list, but okay.
Well, I think she's a nice foil to Gamora. I think she's also a very interesting character because she's not evil because she wants to be evil. She's evil because Thanos has essentially tortured her into being evil.
Right.
So she's like, you get those tender moments with her and Gamora where she's telling her, you know, like, I just need you to be my sister and not beat me half to death, so that Thanos cut off another piece of me and replaced her with a robot part. I thought
you don't like robots.
She's a cyborg. There's a difference.
No, there's not. They're robots. Robots are right. If he's calling Ada a robot, I'm calling Nebula a robot. No. Sorry, Church.
She's a robot with a lot of heart.
Oh, yeah. Well, Ada had human emotions. Come on now.
She's mean.
Well, she's a villain. She's supposed to be mean. Oh God, we're having too much fun with this one. I'm sorry. Yeah. Right. Oh God. What's number 9 now? Oh yeah, mine's Scarlet Witch.
Okay.
Wanda. I was number 9.
Going to put her on my list, and I couldn't decide.
She's not on your list. I'm surprised. I am completely shocked right now. This is my literally live reaction of you not putting her on your list. I am so shocked.
I bumped her off for Nebula.
You're gonna be pissed on who I don't have on this list. You really will be. Oh,
I better not be.
Oh, you're gonna. You're gonna be like, why is that person on the list? So anyway, Scarlet Witch, one of my favorites. I loved her. And like at the end of the spoiler alert, we'll do that now because obviously we screwed that up last episode. Yeah, did a little too late, but this time though, at the end of Winter Soldier, there was a small clip. Not sure if you remember it or not. You might not. That's fine. I'll give you a brief recap of it. The clip is Scarlet Witch is playing with toys. I don't know what the hell she's like. Mind-bending blocks or some crap, and Quicksilver is just running around this room, and that sets up this movie called Avengers. You know the rest of it? Avengers 2? I said
Age of Ultron?
Yeah, Age of Ultron. There it goes.
That was the end of Winter Soldier.
Yeah, the end of Winter Soldier going into Age of Ultron.
I remembered that after credits scene, because that was before you got the kind of really superpowered people. Like it was mostly like super soldier level villains, and then you see them and you're like, we're up in the game here a little bit.
Marvel definitely stepped it up with her, and that's why I like her. But she's also one of my favorite scenes in Age of Ultron, and if we're gonna do Age of Ultron, I'll bring it up even more. I'll just go into it's Clint, right? Clint's talking to Wanda saying, you could go out there and fight like an Avenger. He said, you step out that door, you become an Avenger. Like here's how he words it. He words it like this. He actually says, you could stay in here, I'll grab your brother, you guys can be safe, you guys can hide, or you can go out that door and fight like an Avenger. But if you step out that door, you become an Avenger. I think that's what made her want to join the team. And then the death of her brother, another spoiler alert here. Another spoiler alert. The death of her brother also made her join that team.
Yeah.
And then she disappeared in Infinity War, which we talked about a few weeks ago. So go watch that episode because we talk about Wanda a little bit more. But I liked her because of her superpowers. And Elizabeth Olsen's just another great actress. Yeah, she's also very pretty as well, very hot actress. And I think she plays the role well. Yeah. If anybody can do it justice, I think it is Elizabeth Olsen. Yeah, so
a lot of heart into it too.
Yeah, with her, you were brought up during the Infinity War episode we did, the chemistry between her and Vision, Paul Bettany and her. Really, I guess they have a good friendship off the set too, because it really looks like they're in love with each other in this in Infinity War. Mm-hmm. And they were both heartbroken when she disintegrated, and when he got killed, she was heartbroken, and then she disintegrated, she made it even worse, So kind of sucks, but I'm sure we'll see her in Endgame soon, so she'll be back, obviously.
She's not on my list, though.
That's fair.
You won't be seeing her back on this list.
No.
My number 8, though, Gamora.
Okay.
She's the sister of Nebula. I think her and Peter...
Not a robot.
Not a robot at all.
There you go.
Though she is enhanced in some way. They don't really say how in the movie, but she is... They do say she's been enhanced.
Well, she is an offspring of the main man himself. Nobody? Yeah, there you go.
No, we're the only two people here.
Nobody,
I think she's adopted, isn't she?
Yeah.
They're both adopted.
I think so. So what? Thanos adopted her? That's like the whole setup of Infinity War.
Stole her, killed her family, and then took her.
Don't you think that's a little creepy? Like, just like, oh, we're just gonna do this, and then you're just gonna like raise her as a daughter, and I have to kill her anyway.
Well, he didn't plan on killing her in the end. It just sort of.
I gave up everything.
What did it cost you?
Everything.
Yeah, that was.
I can understand that.
Yeah.
The whole Peter Quinn and Gamora, I like the romance.
And she is one of those characters who she was willing to sacrifice herself.
She's a badass.
She was like, yo, if this doesn't go right, shoot me.
Yeah.
And to Peter Quill's credit, he shoots her.
Yeah.
And Thanos stops it. But like, good for them, for being the exact opposite of Scarlet Witch and Vision, where it's like, if we kill this one guy, we save the whole world. It's like, nah, we ain't gonna do that. Gamora and Peter are just like, yo, this.
Oh God, I'm sorry, I couldn't stop laughing.
Right. But like, it's true. I'm right.
You are right. God, I hope this list is right.
That's right.
I hope so.
They're all gonna be putting in the comments like, yo, Mike's right.
Well, yeah. Okay, my number 8 is. You don't know this one because you haven't seen it yet.
Oh.
I've seen it.
Is it Dagger from Cloak&Dagger?
It is. It is Olivia Holt, Tandy Bowen. It's Dagger. I just love her. I loved her when I was a kid watching her on like the Disney Channel and stuff, and now she's all grown up into this big role in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which is true because turns out that Jeff Loeb actually produces this show, and Joss Whedon helped out writing this show, so everybody helped create this show. Yeah, he didn't create the show necessarily. He helped out with it. He has an executive producer, so does Jeff Loeb as well. So the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. guys helped with this, and I think it's cool because her powers are really neat. And you need to watch the show because I can't explain her powers.
I'm probably going to watch it tonight, honestly.
Her powers are awesome. And the way she gets the powers, too. I really want to do a whole thing on season 1. I'll tell you, we're going to do a whole thing on Cloak&Dagger because it's an awesome freaking show. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it.
I'm going to watch it tonight.
Season 2 comes out in a few weeks ago.
In 4 episodes, we can do Cloak&Dagger.
Yeah, I would definitely. And I'm hyped for that. But she's just a gorgeous girl once again, talking about all these pretty women, all these different, girls. She's gorgeous, Olivia Holt, and she plays it so well where you don't even realize she is Tandy Bowen, where she is Dagger, because she doesn't accept, and I'll tell you this, she doesn't accept she's Dagger until later on. And it's kind of cool. So you'll see it. He'll see it.
Yeah, I'd say I'm as in the dark as you guys at this point.
But yeah, she's had to be on my list because, like I said, just a gorgeous girl, an actress, and she's just she's badass. Once she starts controlling her powers, you'll see what she does with them.
Yeah.
And they're not for the good of heart at first. I'll tell you that. It's like, damn.
I love that.
I know. That's why I cannot wait for you to watch it.
Ooh, number 7?
Yes.
Angie from Peggy Carter.
Really? Okay. Okay.
I liked her in season 1. She was peppy. She's supportive. She's helpful. And she's overall a great character. And I remember all through season 2, I kept saying, man, I wish Angie was here.
I wish Angie was here. And she was kind of Peggy's support system. I don't have to bring her up, but yeah, she was kind of like Peggy's support system, and she always made funny jokes at the diner, Hey, Peg, there's this British guy right next to you. He wants to talk to you, and then there's Peggy Carter and Jarvis just like, hello, Miss Carter. And she's like, Jarvis, I'm trying to eat my bagel right now. What do you want? Right?
Angie is such a good character. There's no character on this list that I missed more than Angie. Like, if any of them went away for like a while, I don't think any of them, other than maybe my number 1, would I be like, man, I wish that they were here. Like, the show is suffering a lot without them.
Right.
Angie, I think, was a small but very important part of season 1, and she was not in season 2, and I think that is why season 2 was not as good.
Yeah, you might be right there. We'll get into season 2 of Carter sometime soon in the future. Right, so my next one is Agent 13. Do you know her name? We said her name in the last episode.
Oh, Sharon.
Sharon Carter, Peggy's niece, who actually has a thing for Captain America. I love Emily Van Camp. I love Revenge already. So when I heard she was playing when I heard she was playing Sharon Carter, I kind of just fanboyed out. And then she got in Winter Soldier. I was just like, yeah, I knew she would do this role justice, because if you've ever seen Revenge, I don't know if you've seen it or not, she's already a badass in that. And she's just more of a badass in Winter Soldier. I love the scene. Spoiler alert, I'm doing this again, obviously. Captain's orders. And they're like, fire on Captain. Because, nope. She cocks back the gun. She's like, nope. Captain's orders. Like, I want you to drop your weapon right here, right now. Yeah. Like, she was complete bad. I love that scene of when she just cocks back the gun. No, Captain's order. Like, Captain's running the show now. Like, I really like it. And she had that thing for Captain America as well, which we were talking about in our previous. We'll see what we talk about in our previous episode there. That kind of how, he has a thing for the Carter women. Yeah. He really does.
I opted to not put her on my list, believe it or not.
She's not on your list. I'm really surprised about that.
One is because I felt like no one can replace Peggy, and I know, like, in the comics, she replaces Peggy, but I don't like it, so I didn't put her on my list. And two, she left. So, like, I don't think she...
But she was also wanted, too. Remember that. She was also a fugitive with them, because they put her on the want list. So she didn't leave by choice, S.H.I.E.L.D. She had no choice, like the rest of them.
Right, but
she helped Captain America.
If she was still in the cinematic universe, though, I would probably put her on my list.
She supposedly is. I don't know if
but we haven't seen her. She hasn't done anything. I feel like I need more out of her if I'm going to put her on a top 10 list. You know what I'm saying?
I just think Winter Soldier was enough for me, honestly. And then her in Civil War helping Cap escape. Yeah. I thought that was a good scene too. Like, make sure you be safe, and I hear from you. I want to hear from, like, I kind of like what Peggy said to Steve, and make sure we have that dance or whatever he goes, and that one kind of the same thing. Make sure I hear from you, because I do not want to see you on the news again, being America's Most Wanted, Steve. Yeah. So she's on the list. She's at number 7 there. So who's your number 6?
Jessica Jones.
Okay.
I really liked her in season 1 and the first half of season 2. And she became very unlikable, I think. Spoilers for those of you who haven't seen Jessica Jones. I know we keep saying spoilers. I'm going to keep saying it. But she's abrasive, and she, in the beginning, is likably abrasive. Like, I think that's part of her charm, But she gets kind of like, are we allowed to say bitchy on this channel?
I don't know.
She gets bitchy.
I'm trying to keep it.
Yeah, same. I've been trying to keep it.
But yeah.
Well, that's technically PG-13. But I like her still. I think she's cool. I think her powers are weak enough that she is an interesting character. Like, the thing with, like, Thor and the Hulk is they're a little boring because they're too powerful. Like, he's about to crush that guy. Yeah. Crushes him. Yeah, Jessica Jones is just strong enough to be super, but not so strong that she's boring to watch. So she always keeps you guessing. I thought, honestly, I like Jessica Jones a lot. That's why she's my number 6.
Okay, I haven't seen this yet, but from everything out with it, and of course with New Avengers trailer out, we'll talk about that in another episode. My number 6 has to be, you're gonna hate this as well, probably Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers.
See, I have nothing against Captain Marvel. I haven't seen the movie yet.
I haven't seen the movie yet neither.
So I opted not to put her on my list.
I put her on the list just because of what I've seen from the trailers is impressive. What I've read from the Entertainment Weekly special was impressive. And just her being in the Avengers, not even giving a damn about Thor, is also impressive too. Plus, I just like Brie Larson. So, honestly, she's on the list. Plus, I did like Captain Marvel because more of the Lego version of her from the games, and also the other games as well. They had her, and they also feature her in the comic books. I read the Civil War comic book, and she tries to break Captain America and Iron Man up. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. I mean,
she breaks Steve and Tony up. Steve and Tony are like this, and there's Carol in the middle of the both of them, trying to separate them apart like this. Literally, I'll show you my cover.
I'll neither agree nor disagree until we watch Captain Marvel.
You have to read the comics. You have to go to a comic book store and grab the Civil War comics. Because I read all 3 of those. There were 3 parts of that. And it was really good. And she's in the 3rd part. She's kind of towards the end of the 2nd part. I won't spoil it.
I like the Punisher comics.
Meanwhile, I'm wearing Punisher, and he won't even watch the show. So
I'm wearing the Venom shirt. I also like the Spider-Man comics.
Anyway, I have, like I said, I have that signed by Stanley. Spider-Man comic signed by Stan. Anyway, getting off topic, which that happens all the time here in this channel. Sorry, but this is a special episode, so anything
goes.
This one here. Right. What else do we? I'm losing train of thought. Right. Yeah. Like I said, you gotta read Captain Marvel. That's why it's more comic book for me than movie. I'm hoping Larson does a good job in the movie.
We're going to have a whole, our next video we post after this one is going to be Captain Marvel.
I hope they do it justice like the comics, because the comics were great. As you know, I read the comics. I'm actually need to call up the comic book shop and ask them for Ghost Rider, because as you know, we're doing season 4, and I want to do a whole thing on Ghost Rider.
Season 4 is not good.
And I want to do more on Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider as well.
Now you're speaking my language.
I want to do that as well there. This is all in the future episodes, but this one so far. So that's why Carol's on my list. That and her Funko Pops are really cool too. So
he loves Funko Pops.
I do. And I have every single freaking Captain Marvel you can think of. So, yeah. Right.
Number 5. None other than Patsy Walker from Jessica Jones.
Who's that now?
She's her friend, Patricia Walker, you might know her as. I always call her Patsy because I think that's kind of cute. And that's her childhood best friend who adopted her after her family died.
Okay.
And her mom was abusive, and then she basically Jessica Jones beat up her adopted mom and said, "I'm taking Patsy," and also I have super strength.
Okay.
So she's.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, she hosts the radio show. See, what I like her a little more than Jessica because she always does her most.
Are you talking about Trish?
Yeah, Patsy.
Oh yeah, Trish.
Patsy Walker. Yeah.
Just say Trish. Church.
Well, she had that show. Hey, it's Patsy.
No. Jessica calls her Trish. So
true, but David Tennant called her Patsy.
So now I know who he's talking about. Thank God. I was like, who's he talking? I'm like, he's talking about Trish.
Her childhood best friend.
Yeah, they're like sisters.
Yeah.
And she considers Jessica a sister, and her mom, the other one, not the abusive one, but the other one, I think maybe Jessica's mom or whoever it is considers Jessica a daughter as well, or whoever it is considers Trish a daughter. I'm not sure if it's Jessica's mom or if
Trish's mom adopted Jessica.
Adopted Jessica, yes. So they technically are sisters in a way.
Yes, they are. Not by blood, but by adoption.
By adoption, and that's always cool. I do like her too. That's a good one. I didn't think of her, but
And Jessica Jones, she's got at least super reflexes.
Yeah.
So yeah. And she, spoilers, shot Jessica's mom in the head. Yeah, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, well,
it needed to be done, and I was very happy about it.
Yeah, that's true. We'll get to it eventually. Season 3 hasn't come out yet. I'm waiting. Netflix, if you're watching this, besides picking us up and putting us on Netflix,
show.
Please put season 3 of Jessica Jones on Netflix so we can sit and watch it so we can review it. That'd be great. Thanks. You're going to like this one because it's on your list, but you put her up a little. At least she's one more of my favorites, Gamora.
Okay.
Gamora is one of in my top 5 here, right? We're doing 5, right? Now on 5?
Yeah, 5.
Gamora is one of my favorites, not just because of what you said. I agree with you 100% there, but because she's just a complete badass.
We love badass women here on Marvelous Discussions. Yeah, you'll notice the trend.
You'll see the trend going on as we progress into the channel here, guys. But here's the deal with Gamora. I love it because Zoe Saldana plays her. Mm-hmm. She's a fantastic actress as is.
In everything she does.
Just so emotional. Like in the first one, you can feel that tension between her and Peter. Yes. In the second one, you can feel the love story between her and Peter. Peter Quill, which is Star-Lord, Chris Pratt, obviously. And then in Infinity War, everybody hates each other, so it is what it is. Thanos loves her, but she doesn't love Thanos. She hates Thanos, but she still likes, Star-Lord and everything. Yeah. And she always kind of held her own in the Guardians of the Galaxy. I always felt, even though everyone considers Quill the leader, I never thought he was the leader. I always thought Gamora was more of a leader than he was, because he was always a bit of a baby. Well, you know what I'm saying? He was always a coward. She was more just bust down the doors and get it done type of a person.
Arguably the second most powerful. I could argue between her and Drax.
I can agree with that, but right now, what a lot of the critics and a lot of the people are saying, they're saying Carol Danvers, Captain Marvel, is the most powerful.
No, I mean other Guardians.
Oh, and the Guardians. Yeah. Okay. I thought you meant all the female characters.
2. Groot, I would say, is probably the strongest Guardian of the Galaxy.
Well, like I said, Quill's a weakling, so it doesn't even matter.
And the other one's a wreck.
Yeah. Well, and Rocket's just Rocket.
He's obviously. A raccoon.
It's a raccoon.
Who can talk?
And Groot was the strongest, but now he's not. And now he's just like whatever. So.
Dead?
Yeah. Half of them are dead, Church. So yeah.
Fair.
Who's your fourth?
Oh, number 4, Ruby from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Ruby.
Yeah, your reason for
liking Cameron's character?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
Well, okay, because I love Dove Cameron. Like that's like a canonical fact about me.
Right.
But also because she has the perfect combination of being a villainous fighter and being a vulnerable teen. Like I don't know how far you got. I don't want to spoil for you.
I've seen some of it. So I know her. I got to the part where she cuts off Yo-Yo's leg. Spoiler alert. There.
Oh yeah.
So arms, not legs. Sorry, arms.
She was basically raised to be the ultimate Hydra agent. Yeah, they're gonna make her a super soldier.
Creepy.
And so she's basically been raised to be like, okay, I need to be the best. I need to train the hardest, and she's done that.
Right.
She's about as strong as a human can be.
Right.
But she also has not been given really any kind of love because she's been raised to be a tool.
Yeah.
And she meets this dude who is the son of Baron Zemo.
Yeah.
And basically they have a romance, and I'm not going to spoil how that romance ends, but it is one of the most... Oh, gosh.
Yeah, you need to see Cloak&Dagger because, like I said, Olivia Holt as well, another Disney Channel
I'm saying, it's really your reason for liking her is my reason for liking Dove Cameron, but I saw her in this first. I'd never seen her in anything before. I went and I watched Liv and Maddie afterwards.
Okay, all right, so you never seen The Descendants until after.
Yeah, then I was like, okay, I need to see more.
I was a Kenny Ortega fan before that, so...
Well, I was a Kenny Ortega fan. I hadn't seen Descendants yet.
I knew who she was, obviously. Yeah, you gotta see Cloak and Dagger as well.
I'll see it.
Because they also have a relationship with Tandy and Tyrone, and you'll see how that works out too.
You finish season 5 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I will watch all of Cloak and Dagger.
I'm working on it. I told you I'm episode 18.
I know. I don't want to spoil the big end of, but
I saw the Thanos one, by the way. Thanos makes it Thanos. Right, my next one. You're gonna be He's not going to like this.
Oh, no.
I like this because this is how it works. Number 4 for me is Agent Peggy Carter.
She should be number 1. Why?
I thought you would say that.
Why is she so far down the list?
Hold on. I need a drink and I'll tell you.
Can I angrily drink this water?
I can't stop laughing. Okay, Peg's down to number 4 because she's in my top 5, so give me credit there. But she's not my favorite out of all of them because she's only an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's not the bad, the most. And
she's the founder of S.H.I.E.L.D.
One of the founders there, Church.
She dated the original Avenger, Captain America.
Well, she had help. Look,
dated the original Avenger.
She's great, honestly, but she's on the number 4 because there's just 3 other better people, I think.
I'll believe that when I hear them.
Yeah, you're going to be like, no, but you know. Then I have an honorable mention list, too. I thought of a few names I couldn't put on the list here, too.
Scarlet Witch was my honorable mention.
We'll go into the after we're done with our list. We'll do honorable mention, and then we'll do closing.
My number 3.
So, yeah.
Agent May from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
She's not on my list.
What?
She's not on the list.
Okay, for starters, she's voiced by Mulan. So, like, what more do I need to say? But second of all, canonically, probably the best hand-to-hand combatant in S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's true. Me and you agree to that when we posted our S.H.I.E.L.D. episode. I can agree with that statement.
She has no powers. Daisy Johnson could probably take her in a fight just because she has the inhuman powers. But in a basic, non-powered hand-to-hand, May takes it every time.
She does. Yeah,
she can go.
She fought the Kree.
Yeah, she can go toe-to-toe with the Kree. Like, so she can fly a plane.
When we do that episode where we fight, I do want to do May versus Captain Marvel. I wonder who will win that. That'd be an interesting one.
Captain Marvel is a super powered.
Yeah, but if it was hand-to-hand combat,
the super strength alone would.
Maybe.
She would lift a car.
Maybe. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, she's a great pilot.
And
May.
Well, and she's the perfect combination of firm and caring. Like she's very grumpy, especially in the beginning. But you can see when she opens up to people, she genuinely cares about them. And I think,
Robin, for example. Sure.
Yeah. Robin, this little psychic girl, calls her mom. Like it's
adorable, honestly.
I was about to say,
it's great.
The cutest thing.
But yeah, okay. Number 3. I'm not sure she's on your list. She's on mine. And she's been my favorite ever since they introduced her. And that's why she's on my number 3 list. Here, bud, is Black Widow, Natasha Romanoff. You knew this was coming.
She's not on my list at all.
You knew that was coming.
Not even my honorable mentions list.
When I first saw her in Iron Man 2, I'm like, finally, thank the God they listened to the fans. And then they brought her into Captain America Winter Soldier. And then they brought her in, of course, before Winter Soldier, Avengers. She was a big key in that. And then Captain America Winter Soldier, she was with Cap the entire time. And it just proves she doesn't need to be a complete badass all the time. She is a normal person just hanging out with Cap. Like, you see her in normal clothes, going to research all this stuff about S.H.I.E.L.D. and all the stuff about how Hydra was in S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff. And she has good intentions, even though she came from the Leviathan program. She has good intentions to save the world, and that's why I love her so much.
Allow me to draw you a diagram of my feelings for Black Widow.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Make sure it's appropriate, Church.
It's just a line graph.
Line graph of what?
So that's it. It goes up. I steadily liked her more, peaked at Winter Soldier, and then steadily goes very quickly.
Oh, she was great in the new trailers. Come on now.
Too little too late.
Oh, Infinity War, she was fantastic.
Nope.
So, right. Nope. This is why I said this is going to be one of those episodes where we're going to debate this one a lot.
So,
all right, who's your number 2?
Oh, my number 2 is Quake, Agent Daisy
She's
Johnson.
not on my list neither.
Why?
You'll see why in a minute.
She is. So from day one of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I loved her. They called her Sky because they know her backstory. So she was a computer hacker, a hacktivist, as she called herself. And she very quickly became the heart and soul of the S.H.I.E.L.D. team.
Yeah.
And that, I think, then she finds out more about her family in season 2. Mm-hmm. And you really feel for her. You feel as she reconnects with her past and realizes that her family is not exactly the best people.
Yeah.
Or even worse, they were the best people, and because they lost her, slowly warped into not good people. And it's like you watch everything she's ever dreamed be given to her and be snatched away. And like Shield truly became her new family.
Yeah.
She is a great character. Also, she can explode a man's head with her hands.
Well, yeah.
So that's cool too.
Okay. Let me get my list. You're gonna be shocked about this one.
Am I gonna be angry about it?
Maybe.
Probably.
You've been so upset about my list so far. So number 2 on my list is the Wasp, Hope Van Dyne.
I will accept that. Actually.
Okay.
I am really not a big fan of the Ant-Man movies. I mean, they are what they are. They're kind of goofy little side quests.
She's great though. From the first one, I kind of knew they were going to set her up as the Wasp. You just didn't know it until later on in the movie. Yeah. And she's just great. Everyone, Lily, I think that's how you say it. I could be wrong. You're watching this, please put your full name down below and tell me how to pronounce it because we'd love to pronounce your name right.
Spelled phonetically.
Yeah, exactly. But she's great as the Wasp, and I loved her because the character has always just been in the animated series for so long, and all the other comic books and stuff. They always had her in the background. Now they put her in the full Ant-Man and the Wasp. You see her full front in this movie, and she's just an ass kicker. Talk about all these ass kickers. She kicks ass, and she shrinks down into size and kicks ass into size.
Significantly more competent than Ant-Man.
One of the biggest things I love. And it was in the Ant-Man trailer, and it's in the movie as well. If I called you, would you have came to fight with me in, Civil War? And she's like, you never called. You never called to help, to ask me to help you. Because that's where Scott Lang was. He was in Germany fighting on Captain America's side. Yeah. And they bring that up in the new event in the first Avengers one, which we talked about, the first Avengers trailer, we talked about how Scott Lang was at the door with them, and once again bringing up Natasha, bringing up Black Widow. She's like, that's a live feed of the door right now, so that's happening. But I liked Hope, and she is of course the offspring of Janet Van Dyne, which was the original Wasp, and of course her father was the original Ant-Man, which is what's his name? Hank Pym, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Hank Pym. Yeah. So
I can't disagree. I don't like.
I love her suit too.
Well, I just don't like the movies that much, and so I don't really like any of the characters that much. Like, they're fine. So I'll accept that.
I like her suit. Her suits, and I think going on before doing number 1, I want to do like a top 10 suit thing eventually too. Like our favorite suits. I think we should do that too.
I can do my favorite suits.
I have.
Can I wear my suit?
What?
I have a bright silver tux. Can I wear that?
If you want. If you're not gonna, sweat, in here, then no, we can do it sometime. Yeah, sure. Who's your number 1?
Obviously, Agent Peggy Carter.
Yeah, she's number 4.
How can you not love Peggy Carter? We had a whole episode about how much I love Peggy Carter.
We just did Agent Carter.
But she is a badass. She's sweet, caring, smart. She looks great in a blonde wig. She has a great character arc that I think is very relevant to people in the modern day.
Yeah.
I think Captain America would not have been Captain. He wouldn't be Captain America without her. He would have still been promoting war bonds back at the States. Like, that's what he was doing before she told him, look, you were made for more than this. Go do it. Like, I'll cover for you. Go free a bunch of war prisoners. And then people were like, this guy can actually do stuff. Let's have him fight. So without Peggy, there's no Captain America.
There is
period. And without Peggy, there's no Shield. So half of my list would be gone anyway, because Shield would be gone.
Mine's more movies than the shows, honestly. But
there aren't that many women in the movies.
Here's the next one I have. My number 1 is Jessica Jones.
Oh, you mean the 6th best female character in the cinematic universe?
Yeah, see, his is my favorite. And why? It's because of the traumatic experience she had with Kilgrave and the way she coped past that traumatic experience with alcohol. Well, not just with alcoholism, but the way she got past it by kicking down doors, because she became, I can't say she's inhuman, but she's genetically modified.
Yeah,
you can't say she's not an Inhuman. They said that.
Right, no, she's her own breed of thing. There's a word for them. I don't remember what the technical term is.
Same thing with Luke Cage. Luke Cage also has powers, but it's not from the thing.
And she's not a mutant either. She's Inhuman. She's all like Spider-Man, where like something.
Do you know? Yeah, she's something else completely. Yeah. Do you know her real name? Her comic book name?
It's Star.
No, it's Jewel.
Jewel, that was it. I knew it was something
Jewel.
Like,
and
kind of ridiculous.
I love Jessica because her whole relationship with everybody, she kind of deals with everybody differently, but she's a great detective.
Yeah.
You didn't ever bring up she was a detective, Church. So she's a great detective, one of the best private eyes in the city. And one of my favorite scenes is in the Defenders. We'll get to it eventually. I think we should do a Defender episode or like a mini episode or an episode overall. We'll see how it goes. But nope. Hi, Miss Jones. I am now your Matt Murdock walks in. I am now your lawyer. She only speaks to me. He's like, get the hell, like he told the police, like, get the hell out of this room. She's speaking to me. And she's like, I don't need a lawyer. He goes, I think you might be in my best interest, Miss Jones. Like, he took down his sunglasses, like I just did. Like, might be in your best interest to listen to what I have to say. Yeah. And it's all about the hand and all that as well. And I kind of just love just like I said, being an ass kicker. She's the best at ass kicking. She busts down doors, goes in there. She killed Kilgrave twice. Once. She just broke boom. And she also had a really steamy relationship with Luke Cage.
Well, because they're both superpowered, so they could really let loose without like breaking the other one.
Yeah. And I always was rooting for them. And then when that happened, I was just like, no.
Yeah. Honestly,
I liked them as a couple.
I didn't. I like single Jessica Jones. Like anytime she's put with a guy, I don't like it.
Really?
I honestly think she's better off as a single character, because she's like, I don't know. I see her as almost like the reluctant mom of the group.
Yeah.
Where it's like she does not want to deal with anyone else's problems, and yet she's always dealing with other people's problems.
And then she comes in the Defenders, and they're like, well, this is what's going on. She's like, I don't care. She just sits back like, I don't. And that's what I love her, just cocky attitude. Plus, like I told you yesterday, I'm a huge Kristen Ritter fan. I think she's also pretty hot as well. I think she's another gorgeous.
That's another trend you'll notice on our list.
a lot of gorgeous women, as you know, a lot of great girls here. So that's my honorable mentions. Have any?
Scarlet Witch was my only.
Okay, mine was Quake, as he said. May, as he said. I knew he would have those on the list.
Ooh, and Simmons.
Okay, Simmons too. I
liked her a lot in the beginning. She got kind of annoying as it went on. I'm not going to front here. I liked her less and less as the series went on, which is why I didn't include her in my list.
I also have on my list, I had her as number 2, but I had to change it. I had Shuri, Black Panther's sister. I like her a lot. And Oki as well. Oki is another one from Black Panther too. I like a lot there. Anything else here? I'm trying to think of any other characters that we missed. Maybe Nova Prime. Glenn Close's character was a good one in Guardians of the Galaxy. She was all right there. Who else? There's a lot of them. That's the problem. There's so many. We only did 10 of them. Ruby. I'll put Ruby on my list there. She's good. General Hale.
I don't like General Hale.
No.
I only like Ruby.
You're gonna put 8 on honorable mentions, Church? Nope. You're gonna do that for me? No.
I most certainly will not.
There you go. Yo-Yo as well. Yo-Yo's another good one.
I don't know. I don't like Yo-Yo.
No, really?
I'm not gonna lie. I'll talk about why I don't like Yo-Yo in the
next episode. Yeah,
in our Shield review.
Okay. I want to hear more about that one. Karen. I forget her last name, but Karen Page.
Oh, I thought you meant the Spider-Man's little robot.
No. Karen Page. Love her. I love her. Honorable mention. Another great one. She helps out in Daredevil. She's in 2 episodes of Jessica Jones. And she's in The Punisher. Spoiler alert. She's in Punisher. I'm not telling you anything because you need to go sit down and watch Punisher. Right. And she's a good one too. And another one I like is Mary Jane. as well for Spider-Man. I love Mary Jane, and then MJ.
We have to agree to disagree on that one.
And of course, I like Gwen Stacy too.
Do you mean Spider-Man: Homecoming, Mary Jane, or do you mean the original Spider-Man?
The original.
Okay.
The original and the new one. You have to do MCU as well.
Well,
so
if we were doing comics, I would say Felicia Hardy is probably my
Black Cat. Absolutely.
Yeah, she's my number 1 or 2.
Absolutely. Yeah,
along with Kitty Pryde, but again, that's X-Men. We promised we weren't doing X-Men. All right, but we are out of time.
We are out of time. I didn't even realize where does the time go with these things. We did a special episode. I thought this was going to be like a 10-20-minute thing. We would spend almost 40 minutes doing this.
We're very chatty people.
Guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you guys hit the notification button for us. Please, please, please. Make sure you go like our Facebook page and our social media groups, right, Church?
Yep.
Follow us on Twitter at Marvelous Discussion.
And we will put the links down below.
Put the link down below. This has been a very special Marvel cinematic / Marvel episode of our top 10 favorite women in the cinematic universe. I think I really do like it here. Thanks.
Happy Women's History Month.
Yes, Happy Women's History Month. I'm Matt Kelly. Thanks again, Church, for joining me. Michael Churchella, my lovely co-host, my fantastic co-host. And I'm Matt Kelly, signing off for this time here.